this is the beginning of the end of Russell Westbrook with the Lakers. Oof. Nick said it the other day that they should send him home. Mm-hmm. I said only under one of two circumstances. It's a mutual agreement between both of you, or he starts raising a ruckus. I don't believe, call me crazy, I don't believe the hamstring is injured.
I heard J-Mac on the Herd say today he's never had a hamstring injury in his whole career. So that he's never, it's not like a perpetually injured part.
Right. Yeah. Well, he said he had it in the preseason game, and then all of a sudden he was able to play in the next 3 games. We hear nothing of the hamstring. And now after a game in which you are widely blamed for losing it, you have a hamstring injury. I think this was a mutual decision with Russ and the brain trust, maybe just Darvin Ham, to say, look, I think he needs a break. Mm-hmm. He's got to get some clarity in his own thinking. And the Lakers are like, look, if you need to, Russ, stay away. But I tell you this, if they win, I think he's not on the trip, I don't believe.
I don't think so.
So they play Minnesota Friday. If they win, maybe even one of these 2 games and look pretty good, he won't be back in the starting lineup, and he may just stay injured.
Go ahead, Walt.
Just stay injured and don't even dress.
Not for a while. That's what I see.
I think it's on the board. He's played his last game as a Laker.
I think it's on the right.
And I'm very interested in seeing LeBron and AD's energy level tonight against the Nuggets. Because it's not just that they had their second, highest moment as a duo against this very team, the Western Conference Finals. AD, I would argue, the single best moment of his whole career. Came the game-winning shot in the Western Conference Finals over Jokic and the Nuggets when everyone thought, man, is AD about to be the best player on this team? And since then, to be totally honest, he had those first 2 great finals games, 34 and 32 points, and then that player hasn't been back. And LeBron, as Bruce points out, can always get his numbers, but you can tell, is this a big one for LeBron? Is it not? And I wonder if he's going to try to show management, look at what we can be, just without Russell, much less with pieces coming back from him. So, speaking of that, you want some fake trades? Can I give you some fake trades?
Fake trade fun.
The first one is the one that we know is available. Russ and the 2 picks for Hield and Turner. The question I'm going to have is, I have 3 others. Are there any of the other 3 that you think are better than that one? Okay? So there's the first fake trade.
With this one.
Now
we've been talking about that
exactly
one
right.
For a year.
All right, let's see.
What about the Miami Heat? Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson. You get off Duncan Robinson's contract if you're Miami and you open up real flexibility. Wild, you look puzzled. Do you think this is a bad trade for the Lakers, bad trade for the Heat? Tell me.
A bad trade for the Heat. I don't love Duncan Robinson's contract, but I still like Lowry.
That's the thing. It doesn't make sense for the Heat. Why would the Heat want Westbrook?
Well, I think what they would want is those picks, the flexibility to go after players this coming offseason. If the Heat are being honest and looking around and saying, I know we were the 1 seed last year and we were shot away from the NBA Finals. We are not a Finals contender right now. Okay, but you guys like it more for the Lakers, don't think the Heat do it. What about Charlotte? What if Charlotte says, okay, we can tank for Wemby. They would have, if they made this trade, they would have 2 max cap spots available this summer. 2, not 1, but 2. You get off Rozier and Gordon Hayward's deals. I like this. Of all these trades so far, this might be the best one for the Lakers. Your guys' thoughts?
It's definitely the best one for the Lakers. I mean, Terry Rozier is just what the doctor ordered in L.A. Michael Jordan loves him. I think he'd be hesitant to give him up. Obviously, Hayward, not what he used to be, but certainly he will help too. But there's not a wonderful free agent class either.
That's true.
And so that's why I don't know that Jordan's going to want to, clear up that money.
I like this one. I like Terry Rozier playing in a big market. I think shoots 40% from 3, so that would be great. Also, you got to trade Gordon Hayward. If you look at the NBA bylaws, Gordon Hayward needs to be traded every 8 months. So I agree with that. The other thing is, how long does Michael Jordan want to sit back, make the play-in, and lose by, 40 points? Yeah. Tear the thing down.
And keep in mind, it's not just about Big Vic. It's also Scoot, the number 2 pick.
Yeah.
And LaMelo is there as your one foundational piece.
There's also a sprinkling of Russ as a Jordan athlete. So I think that's something.
So Brew has some intel there that Charlotte hasn't been interested in Russ previously. We'll see if that changes. Last one. Jazz, you're screwing up. You're not tanking well at all. Danny Ainge had a plan. You're not letting him do it. So Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, and then to make it work, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Clarkson is the best player of any of the guys who I've put out there. And
I don't know about Rozier, but
okay,
close,
sure.
Close.
It obviously would help the Lakers. And the Jazz want to be bad, and they are accidentally being good. What do you guys think of this one?
Go ahead, bro.
It's not bad. You're right. The Jazz are like Danny Ainge is pulling his hair out because they're winning games. I wonder what they do with Russ, though. Would they play Russ?
I think they'd
buy him out. I think they'd buy him out.
I think they'd buy him out, and they just,
I got to be honest. I don't hate the Indiana deal.
So that's
because Turner helps you at the rim.
Yes, and healed spaces.
Yes.
So this is what I thought you might say, because those are the. I know your buddy Bill Simmons calls himself the Picasso of the trade machine. I think I'm the best in the world at it.
Wow.
Those are the best trades that exist on the Indiana trade. None of them are slam dunk obvious better than the Indiana trade. So I asked this question. Why was the Indiana trade not made? Unless it's because Rob Pelinka truly thought, you know what? Maybe this is going to work. And if he thought maybe this is going to work for year 2 with Russ, why is he running an AAU team, much less the Los Angeles Lakers?
Darvin Ham may have, and I'm not blaming Darvin. He just got here. But I'm sure Darvin Ham was thinking, I can make this work.
We listened to those press conferences. We were like, yeah,
right.
I believe it.
He's been able to talk to Russ in a way that Frank Vogel obviously couldn't. He's gotten Russ to buy into being a role player. He just can't be a good role player. But he's gotten him to buy into that. So I think that Darvin convinced Pelinka. And I think Pelinka, look, I think they should have pulled the trigger on several trades already. I'm not trying to defend him. But I can't believe I just think he thought Darvin would be able to make it.
Can I flip it to the other side? Because I know we view this through the Lakers prism all the time. What's best for the Lakers, what's best for the Lakers. The other side of the coin is what's best for a first ballot Hall of Famer? Like, gets traded to the Jazz, gets bought out. Does anyone pick up that contract? Are we just seeing his career just like slowly drift away?
Look, I've talked to some people in the league, like former assistant coaches, who do think this is affecting Russ's legacy. I mean, he's obviously already top 75.
I think Wildes agrees with that.
I don't believe that because Allen Iverson's career ended in somewhat similar fashion, right? It was a disaster in Detroit, all right? Memphis, he only lasted 8 games. He goes back to Philly
and people
don't remember. Charity case, and people throw it away.
I think the vast majority of diehard NBA fans forget that Iverson even played for Detroit or Memphis.
Yeah.
I think they remember Philly and didn't.
You don't see a ton of Iverson Grizzlies jerseys. You don't see a lot.
Right.
So I think, look, Russ has been longer with more franchises, but he averaged a triple-double in Washington. And I don't disagree. Look, if he went somewhere else and they just gave him the ball,
I think he could do it again.
He might be able to average a triple-double.
I think he could do it again. But I actually think doing it again would cheapen when he did it before.
Oh, he shouldn't do it again.
He shouldn't do it again. Should be like, no, I used to be great. Now I'm a different player. Hold on. What? Oh, I'm being told there's one more trade to show you.
Oh my! Look at like the Apple event.
Drew,
oh my God!
This would be a big moment.
It's got to be Nets or Clippers.
Oh, it's Nets. How about this?
Wow.
Ben Simmons. Get Ben Simmons out of there. A couple shooters and Russ and Beverly in the picks. Let it wash over you and give it a moment. Let it wash over you and give it a moment. You get those picks? What do you mean?
No.
You get Ben Simmons out of there. You get Patrick Beverly.
Why do you get Seth Curry?
Why am I giving up Harris and Seth Curry? You did that for the Lakers.
You got to make the money work.
No.
What do you mean?
I tell you
Who
what.
says no?
For the
you get off Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons got 4 years left on his deal. 4 years left. You get off all of it. You have Kyrie and KD and all this depth you're talking about.
Westbrook's going to work with Kyrie and KD?
You have Patrick Beverly in the picks. You buy him out too.
No way.
I'm just telling you. I'm hearing
like that for the Lakers. I will give you that.
Yeah.
I love it for the Lakers.
I love it for me.
No way the Nets do that. Yeah, for the Lakers, it looks great.
All right.
Why don't you throw in KD? Throw in KD in there, too.
No, I got to be realistic.
Maybe, might be.
I got to be realistic.
Coming up.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.